Aloha and welcome to Breaking Out of the Bubble. I'm your host, Liz Baltus, and as you can see, we're at the beach this month to celebrate students' preparations for spring break. The weather may be warming up, but with finals and dead week upon us, our hearts are cold. So let's hope for some sunshine as we check in to get the weather report from Carson.
Thanks, Liz. Looking into the future, we are seeing the beginning of the return of the warm summer weather. This week looks to be an average of 75 degrees, with some light shower storms on Friday and Sunday. As Hanover attempts to help students with Revive Week, we expect to see a 30% decrease in stress, followed by a 2,000% increase in stress for the following examination week. And speaking of final exam week, there will be a heavy overcast of final exams, so expect to see some mild precipitation of students' tears. But after that, we have spring break, where we expect to see a full rise in temperature and happiness. Also, tomorrow will be bright and sunny, perfect for fishing weather, so that'll be nice. Back to you, Liz.
Thanks for that report, Carson. We're really looking forward to the warmer weather and the lower stress levels. But now that we've been updated on the weather, let's go to Asia Watts to give us our Senate News update.
Hello, my name is Asia Watts, and I'm the Communication Chair for Student Senate. Here's what's been going on in Senate this semester. This past February, the Board of Trustees held a plenary session to discuss the current state of changes that are coming to the campus in the following school year. 2 student representatives on the board attended the meetings to represent student body in these changes and decisions. They reported a few things that are in store for Hanover students. One being, there will be a new commuter student program that will be used to cater to students who do not live on campus. When asked why the administration decided to create this program during the plenary session, they responded saying that they don't feel that they cater to their commuter students as well and have seen this effect in their decline of commuter students' retention rate and wanted to give commuter students more care and provide them with a sense of place on campus. So this program is an attempt to make commuter students feel more welcome and like they are part of the campus community without having to live on campus. The program has been implemented to this coming fall. The Commuter Student Center will be located in Coulter Basement. The center will be accessible only to commuter students. These students will be given their own RA, so to speak, and will have a lounge where programs for commuter students will take place. The lounge will be a place for them to make themselves at home away from home, right here on campus, and will include TVs, games, a mini bar, and more. For more questions about the commuter student program, email Casey Heckler at heckler@hanover.edu or Dr. Lee at leed@hanover.edu. Also, this past March, per request from students to have a financial transparency between the administration, Student Senate hosted a forum with President Lake Lambert to explain the financial situation of the college, how the college is funded, and where the money we pay as students to go to this college is going. He informed us that the budget for the school mostly comes from student tuition and room and board, 2/3 to be precise, making us a human enterprise. Because most of our revenue comes from tuition and board, our overall enrollment has a huge impact on how we fund the campus. When student enrollment is high, we have a bigger budget. When student enrollment is low, we have a constrained budget. Outside of going over our budget, he also enlightened us about additional programs that may be coming to the campus and addressed questions and concerns about coming engineer program. His presentation for this financial forum can be found on reservation in the library. For more questions, you can email Lake himself at lambert@hanover.edu. Also in this semester, Student Senate has voted and approved 3 new campus organizations: Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Outdoor Adventure Club, and Hanover College's first ever Black Student Union. Coming up after break will be the college's annual Unity Fest. All semester, Student Senate has been working diligently with Multicultural Affairs and various clubs and organizations on campus to plan this year's Unity Fest. Some of what you can expect to see at Unity Fest this year are the giant inflatables, caricature artists, some awesome food and prizes, as requested, the gelato, and much, much more. So be sure to save the date for Unity Fest this year, happening May 3rd from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. on the quad. After the main events on the quad, the Unity festivities will continue with a party hosted by Multicultural Affairs and Hanover's Black Student Union at the Shoebox from 8 p.m. to midnight. Make sure to mark your calendar so you don't miss out on all the festivities. Thank you for listening. I'm Asia Watts, and that was your Senate News Update.
Thanks for that update, Asia. Now let's turn to the world of sports. Hanover men's basketball has taken the world by storm this past season, advancing to the Elite Eight of the NCAA Division III tournament. Ivy Stevens and award-winning player Wes McKinney are here to join us.
Hello, Ivy Stevens here today with Sports Spotlight. I'm here with Wes McKinney, Jr. at Hanover College. He's currently a basketball player. Wes, thanks for joining us.
Hey, no problem.
So I've just got a couple questions for you. I want to start off. What made you choose to come to Hanover College to play basketball?
Well, you know, the first thing on my list when choosing a college was obviously academics, and Hanover meets that very well. Secondly, I wanted to find a place where I could play and, you know, I could enjoy being with my teammates and really fit in within the community, and Hanover also checked that box among many of the other colleges I was looking at. So I'm very happy that I ended up Hanover. It's been a great 3 years, and I've had a lot of success.
Great. So also, Wes, how would you describe this past basketball season?
As compared to the first 2 seasons, obviously a lot more success. 26 wins on the season is not an easy thing to do, but you know, we really work hard in the off season. We're already starting for next year, hopefully gearing up for another season. But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. It was one of the funnest years that I've ever had playing basketball, so very enjoyable.
Awesome, that's great to hear. Kind of going along with that question, what was your most memorable moment of this past season?
Probably have to be the shot at the end of the Hope game. It was a great moment just for our team to advance to the Elite Eight, and it kind of served as a microcosm of our season as we've won so many close games. So to do it in that big of a moment and for everyone to be riled up and happy and going on to the Elite Eight, just unforgettable.
Yeah, that was an awesome game to watch. So what was kind of going through your head at that moment when, I guess, Coach pulled you in the huddle? And
Yeah, well, we ran a play before that, and it was actually for our big man, Corey Munchmore, but they played good defense on it. So he said, you know, we're just going to we're going to pick your spot, and you're going to shoot it with like 1.2 seconds left. So I knew I was getting the ball, and I just knew I was going to put it in once he told me. So very confident in myself.
Yeah, good for you. And kind of on a lighter note here, do you have any nicknames that maybe some of your teammates or friends around the college call you?
Oh, plenty. Probably the main one that you'd hear me called is Weasel. That's a high school nickname that carried on for college. Wheeze, that's short for Weasel. And then probably the baby-faced assassin. That's a common one that you'll hear some people call me. So yeah,
that's a pretty good one. All right, with the last question, what are you looking forward to for this coming basketball season?
Yeah, so this will be my last season, so it's pretty crazy. It's been a really fun ride, but you know, we're looking forward to improving on the season that we just had. We're not happy with where we made it. You know, we finished 1 game short of the Final Four, and that's our goal for next year. So hopefully big things are to come ahead, but it's a lot of hard work away, so we'll see.
Yeah, awesome. All right, well, you heard it here first on the Sports Spotlight here with Wes McKinney. Thank you again for joining us, and we're looking forward to seeing him play one more year at Hanover College.
Thanks, guys. Hanover is proud of all of the hard work that Wes and the rest of the men's basketball team has put in this year. We can hardly wait until next year's season. Let's check in with the Communication Multimedia Journalism class now to see what's on Hanover headlines.
Coming up on Hanover Headlines, discontent in the dorms as students face new fees during school breaks.
And questions brew about whether new programs are sabotaging existing majors.
And get ready to cheer, intramural season is here.
Hold on to your hats. All those stories and more coming up on Hanover Headlines.
Welcome to Hanover Headlines, where we bring you the latest news on Hanover's campus. I'm Lindsay Holly.
And I'm Emily Clancy. Hanover Headlines brings you information that impacts our students, faculty, staff, and our community. First, every year, students line up along the sidewalk by Sorority Court wearing colorful and crazy costumes and singing along with catchy songs. This exciting day comes after much anticipation and hard work from the girls of Greek life. On January 15th, over 60 girls filed into the campus center to greet a few of their new sorority sisters before running to their new home. Even through the rain, the smiles on the faces of the new girls of Greek life were as bright as ever. Though it is not for everyone, the ladies who did rush have found a new place to call their home, as well as friendships that will last a lifetime.
Hanover College's new academic plans will include introducing engineering as a new major in the fall of 2017. Smaller departments such as anthropology are starting to see this as a problem as their faculty and funds become more limited.
Members of the anthropology department are worried about their major being destroyed. David Buckman has been an anthropology professor at Hanover College for 18 years and has talked to the board of trustees about the change in his department.
I even said at the meeting that this decision is destroying the major, right? You're destroying it, and there's like, we're sorry, this is what we're doing.
With an alarming drop from 7 to 4 classes in anthropology, President Lake Lambert explains the administration's reasonings behind the decrease in attention towards the department is because of funding.
And while we want to keep and maintain great academic programs across the college, we also have to be responsive to where students want to study.
Students involved in unpopular departments are being affected negatively.
My type of student is the one being hurt in this situation.
Sonia Stanchu is a sophomore anthropology major who fears that her education is being overlooked.
The fact that now we have one for sure professor and a couple traveling ones that are coming in and out, that's really a major kind of area of study in liberal arts education is being overlooked because maybe it's not deemed profitable enough anymore.
The new departments like engineering will begin to receive more funds. Some students and faculty fear for their department. The anthropology department will continue to decrease in funds until there's an increase in demand for classes. For Hanover Headlines, I'm Mallory Mars.
In honor of the man who changed the face of civil rights movement some 70 years ago, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Hanover's campus celebrated his life's work with a march across campus. Students and faculty from all walks of life came together in a show of solidarity in the annual parade. Many students reinforced their stance for equality during this parade of sorts. Individuals of all races gathered of entrance of the Brown Campus Center to support the ongoing movement from the equal rights of Black Americans. Students and faculty alike recited words of wisdom from the Dr. King and other civil rights activists. The organizer of this event, Andre Nash, even shared some inspiring words of his own to help keep the students focused on the fight ahead of them. The parade concluded with a few final thoughts delivered by Katie Lowe Schneider, allowing those who attended to remain in the reverent reflection and solidarity with all those still fighting for equality today.
Hanover College has implemented a new dorm policy that requires students to pay to stay over breaks. This has had a campus-wide effect on the residents, especially to the international students who have a difficult time making plans to go home. Colin Smith talks to both students and administrators to find out more about the effects that this policy has on the students and why it was applied.
First, we consulted Bailey Gary, resident assistant at Catherine Parker, who defined the new break policy.
Residents who need to stay for break and are living in those dorms that are being closed have to find a friend or somebody else to room with in one of the dorms that are remaining open. So a building that's being fully closed can't have any residents staying in it over break.
However, the new policy was not well received by many students. Val Engel, an international student from Denmark, expressed his struggles regarding the new process.
I think that they're discriminating against us because we're kind of forced to stay here. We can't book in the plane tickets that we book in advance. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense for us. Trying to scare us away with additional fees really just is not in Hanover's best interest.
Vicente Munoz, another international student from Chile, affected by the policy, has offered some possible solutions.
Maybe they could provide with resources. I know that the shuttle services help students, but maybe something else. Maybe help us with doing other activities outside of the college. I think they could do more things to help us, and one of those things has to be housing. It's not fair for us to pay something that we shouldn't pay, really.
While the students have voiced their concern, we sought out the Director of Resident Life, Lindsay Falste, to help clarify the purpose of the policy.
We had a couple options. We could either have all students essentially pay for those maintaining the buildings during those times, or just have those costs be transferred to the students utilizing that service. So essentially, those have to be paid for somehow, and so room rates would go up for everyone, or the students who are actually using the service staying on campus during those breaks has that cost affecting them. So that's where that decision went. We would rather students who are using that pay for it, then all students have to pay for it.
Lindsay has also provided some services that were offered for students over the breaks.
We do the shuttles generally will still run unless there's no desire for them. So if no one shows up for a couple days, they're not going to run those. And then we have the U-Haul car share always. So as long as someone has a valid driver's license, they can use the U-Haul car share. And then also Andre Nash and the Office of Multicultural Affairs will set up different trips to go places, maybe take people to the mall, take people on some sort of excursion, things like that, movies, things like that for fun over the break.
While students are upset about the fees, it seems there's a simple lack of communication regarding the new policy. More action can be taken to help inform the benefits the school has to offer, which would help make the transition process a whole lot easier for both parties. For Hanover Headlines, I'm Colin Smith.
Over winter break, the administration did not charge international students, but there is no word on whether they will continue to be exempt from the policy in the future.
While students enjoyed their time off on Christmas break, the staff of Duggan Library have been busy creating a new library experience that students are enjoying this semester. The library staff asked students what changes they would like to see in the library. The students asked for new furniture, and the staff responded. The new furniture can be seen on the first floor, but primarily the second floor, where the students can select their study area for an assortment from tables and chairs. This assortment includes tables and built-in lights, egg-shaped chairs, longer couches, and desks with built-in lights. The library is open from Monday to Friday from 7:30 to midnight. On weekends, it is open from Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Sunday 1 p.m. to midnight. Make sure to go check out the furniture soon and study up.
Turning to the world of Hanover sports, we are so excited about the men's basketball team winning the HCAC title. For more on what's happening over at the Horner Center, let's go to our sports report with Allison.
Whether your basketball skills are great, average, or plain terrible, it's that time of year again. Intramural basketball season is underway. Now lace up your shoes, put on your jerseys, and get buckets. Most games start off slow-paced to get warmed up, but in the A-League, be ready for a fast-paced and competitive matchup. With an A-League, a C-League, and a Women's League, there is a league for all students no matter your skill level. Trash talk is something that you either need to become good at or be able to ignore in this sport. Students at Hanover treat each game like it's their last. Games have already started, so don't miss out and come watch students show their love for the game. Your Hanover Panther track teams are getting ready to open up their indoor season this coming weekend at Rose-Hulman. As meet day approaches, the team is continuing to work hard in order to be prepared for their 2017 debut. Hanover's track team has been fine-tuning the workout methods from the previous season to allow for athletes to be stronger, healthier, and more mentally ready for each meet as well as the season as a whole. The coach has incorporated both static and dynamic stretching into the warm-up. This ensures that the athletes are completely warmed up for practice in order to help prevent injuries. Strength training has become a big part of the everyday routine. They are hoping that because of this, they will be in tip-top shape when it comes to time to compete for the HCAC championship title. After having one of their top throwers graduate last year, the team has more than made up for it with several new members in this event. It will be exciting to see what they are able to do for the team. While a team aspires to do well in this upcoming meet, their minds are set on a more long-term goal, which is to better their position in the HCAC championship. So whether you're working out as an individual, in a class, or a member of varsity athletics, there's plenty for everyone happening over here at the Horner Center. Back to you, Lindsay.
For those of you who are looking for a new way to get in a cardio workout, listen up. You should check out the Hanover's new way of burning calories. It's called Pound Class. Pound Class takes place every Monday and Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. in the aerobics room inside the Horner Center. Some sports teams on campus, like softball, have substituted a day of running for a night of pound because you get just as much of a workout and it's a lot more fun. Michelle Lee is the instructor and has been a fitness instructor for quite some time now. She's from Scott County, Indiana, and is excellent at her job. If you're interested in joining the fun of the class, come on up. It's open to everyone in the community, so feel free to bring a friend. All you have to do is bring your workout shoes and wear comfortable clothes.
Recently, Hanover College was the site of a show about how to talk racism and politics in a funny way. The critically acclaimed socio-political comedian W. Kamau Bell presented his show Ending Racism in about an hour, in which more than 200 people attended in the facilities of the Horner Center. Kamau Bell was received with a lot of enthusiasm, and as soon as the show started, the audience participated with the comedian until the very end. People from all different ages laughed in the 2-hour show full of jokes about jokes of the comedian. With the use of funny images and interaction with the audience, the show was a success. From the beginning until the very end, the show is a blast in Hanover College. At the end of the show, students, parents, professors, and alumni had the chance to meet in person the acclaimed comedian, making once again an event of a lifetime. What a fun event.
Yeah. Do you have any plans for this weekend?
I actually have a track meet this weekend.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So, well, that's all for this edition of Hanover Headlines. I'm Emily Clancy with Lindsay Hawley. Thanks for joining us.
What a show! There sure is a lot going on campus, but let's not forget about inside the classroom. Breaking Out of the Bubble is proud to present a biochemistry class project by students Miley Gassiker and Deborah O'Dehe. Let's check it out.
Hello, I'm Miley.
And I'm Deborah. Have you ever wondered how fats are made from glucose? Well, in case you have, that's what we're here to show you. This entire process occurs in our cells, particularly in a small organelle called the mitochondria.
Let's say these balls are glucose molecules. In order for our cells to produce energy, they are converted to pyruvate.
The pyruvate then gets converted to acetyl-CoA using the pyruvate dehydrogenase.
Acetyl-CoA, represented by this blue ball, binds to oxaloacetate, represented by this yellow ball, and is produced and recycled by the cell.
The union between the oxaloacetate and acetyl-CoA causes these two molecules to enter the citric acid cycle and form citrate. After a large meal such as Thanksgiving dinner, the citrate accumulates in the inner membrane of the mitochondria, and this is because we have used up all the NAD+ in the electron transport chain.
The citrate, which has crossed the mitochondrial membrane, will accumulate on the other side into the cytosol. Citrate in the cytosol will be split by the enzyme citrate lyase back to acetyl-CoA and oxaloacetate.
An enzyme, acetyl-CoA carboxylase, uses ATP and biotin to add carbon dioxide to acetyl-CoA.
This forms a larger compound called malonyl-CoA, which will become converted to malonyl ACP. Lastly, fatty acid synthase, also known as palmitate synthase, with the help of NADPH, a source of energy produced by the cell during the pentose phosphate pathway, adds malonyl ACP to acetyl ACP.
For the addition of malonyl ACP to acetyl ACP, we'll lose a carbon dioxide, and this progression is repeated 7 more times to produce palmitic acid, also known as palmitate.
And that is how fat is made from glucose, more properly known as fatty acid biosynthesis.
Thanks for watching.
Which is recycled, and acetyl-CoA, which is represented by
ATP and biotin together. No, that's not correct.
Acetyl-CoA binds to oxaloacetate, which is produced and recycled by the cell, and sorry. And that is how fats are made from glucose. So.
The material may seem difficult, but those guys sure made it fun. Well, that's all we have for today, but we'd like to close with a short commercial that we feel all you students out there can relate to. So hang in there because spring break and May term are almost upon us. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next episode of Breaking Out of the Bubble.
How do you feel like you did on that test?
I think I did okay. Hey, Carson.
Hey!
You there?
Hello?
Dang, I wonder what he's daydreaming about.
That face, he's thinking about a girl.
I don't know.
Look at him, he's in love.
No, that's not what he's daydreaming about.
What do you think he's daydreaming about then?
Getting an A on this exam.
Okay.
Hey, wait for me.